Prime's exclusive wildcard playoff game is Saturday night. Jordan Love and the Packers take on Caleb Williams and the Bears. Not a Prime member? Sign up for a 30-day free trial to stream the game.
That's going to be caught for the touchdown.
NFC North rivals square off in the latest chapter of the NFL's oldest feud. The Packers and Bears in Prime's exclusive wildcard playoff game. Saturday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Only on Prime. Sign up for a 30-day free trial today. Restrictions apply. See Amazon.com/Amazon Prime for details.
The new year brings new health goals and wealth goals. Protecting your identity is an important step. Your info is in endless places that could expose you to identity theft, leading to lost funds. LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Resolve to make identity health and wealth part of your New Year's goals with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year. Visit lifelock.com/podcast. Terms apply.
This podcast is the Robots Radio Rocket Club, a program designed to help all podcasts reach their full potential. For information about joining the Robots Radio Rocket Club, check out robotsradio.net.
Welcome to the Gundam Lorecast, where we take a deep dive into the Mobile Suit Gundam series, such as the multiple timelines, mobile suits, characters, and so much more. Welcome back, pilots, to another episode of the Gundam Lorecast. I'm one of your hosts, Brandon, or also known as Ben of Temeria, and always with me is my good friend, Jesse.
Going, everybody.
And we are bringing you another mobile suit for our Season 4. We talked about Captain Gundam last week from SD, which was so unhinged and freaking hilarious. The last episode you heard... The last episode was the Robots Radio, holiday episode, but still. But this week we are bringing you the Gundam Ground Type. So, you don't know what this one is? You'll learn it here now. So the RX-79G Gundam Ground Type is a limited production of mobile suit introduced in the Mobile Suit Gundam, the 8th MS Team OVA. OVA, I mean, it's OVA in quotations because it's like 13 episodes. It's
longer than a lot of OVAs.
Most OVAs are like 2 to 3, maybe. Sometimes it's only 1. But yeah, it was 13 episodes. It was pretty, and it was really good.
Yeah,
so
I enjoy it. Not a huge fan of the ending, but like,
no, the ending was whatever. I mean, it's whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
We have to have a happy ending somewhere.
It's like, hey, look, a Gundam with a happy ending. It's like, but it's Gundam. Why?
But why? This isn't G Gundam, where obviously there's going to be a happy ending because it's a shonen, pseudo shonen beat 'em up. Anyway, so getting to the Gundam Ground Type's technology and combat characteristics. So the Gundam Ground Type was one of the early prototypes for the Earth Federation's Mobile Suits mass production plan, produced in limited numbers before the recovery of the RX-78-2's Gundam combat data. As its name suggests, it's designed solely for ground combat, and all space use equipment, as well as the core block system, were omitted. This caused the Gundam Ground Type to be a lighter, allowing it to rival the performance of the RX-78 while under gravity. So this is literally what they should have used on the ground, because the RX-78 was specifically made for space combat. So,
yeah.
So in order to save time and cost, the RX-79G was constructed using surplus parts from the RX-78. Since the quality of these parts varied greatly, differences in the performance became a problem. So a limiter was added in order to ensure stable performance. The limiter had been disengaged, activating a state known as max mode, greatly increasing performance. However, due to heavy burden placed on the unit, this mode can only be activated for a limited time. So it's essentially an exam system? Kind of?
It's similar.
So, it's similar, but we're not using, a dead girl's consciousness in it.
Exactly.
Oh boy. So compared to the RX-78, the RX-79 featured many design changes. The head-mounted Vulcan guns were omitted in favor of ability to mount various optional equipment to adapt to different situations, such as a extra antenna for long-range communications, or a Vulcan pod for an enhanced close combat ability. An extendable snorket camera for enemy searching was mounted on the left side of the head.
Had to have
Talking.
some kind of change.
Yeah. Well, obviously, yeah. So the beam saber racks were moved from the backpack to the legs and were changed to an enclosed type to prevent dust from entering. A Vulcan gun and a multi-launcher was mounted on the left side of the chest. Its backpack was designed to mount various equipment, such as weapon containers for carrying various handheld weapons, or a parachute pack. Yeah. Do you remember like getting those army men with the parachutes and like throwing them real high and stuff like that?
Yep.
That's what it like literally reminds me of. Oh my god, I should get a Gundam Ground Type and just have that. And just throw it from
I don't know if I would throw it, but
and the parachute will be fine. It'll be fine. It has a parachute.
it'll be maybe okay.
Maybe okay. Who knows? The Gundam Ground Type was capable of using beam rifles. However, during only a small number of beam rifles were manufactured for it. The few units were equipped with it. As such, its primary range weapon were physical projectile weapons, such as the 100mm machine gun and the 180mm cannon. 2 spare magazines for the machine guns was mounted on the side armor on the waist. So, yeah, that makes sense.
Always
Most of the beam stuff went to the RX-78
yeah
during the war. So the RX-70 what now?
I was gonna say, well, that's what happens when you build more than one, but not very many, and then they all get blown up except for the one.
Yeah, that's true. So the RX-79 was built out of surplus parts of the RX-78. Replacement parts were very limited, and many bases were forced to perform field repairs on their units using parts from other mobile suits, creating many customized units. One such example unit, piloted by Sergeant Karen Joshua, which had the head replaced with the head of a RGM-79 GM Ground Type, and her suit was mockingly called the GM head by fellow Earth Federation pilots as a result. Yeah, that was so weird.
It looks funny. It looks funny. She was a cool character too, and they did not give her a great name.
No. So now moving into the armaments. So there's a lot. There's a lot. So we have the Vulcan gun. So the RX-79G had a single Vulcan gun mounted on its left chest, equipping the Vulcan in the body, where there is more room, allowed for a large increase in the number of bullets, but moving the Vulcan from the head, which can swivel up, down, left, right, to the body makes it difficult to aim and reduces ability to follow moving targets. In addition, there is a risk of ignition due to the firearm being mounted right next to the cockpit, and the risk of exploding when hit by a bullet.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I don't know if that was a good design change. It's like, hey, we're gonna move the Vulcan, and by the way, it's right next to the cockpit.
Yeah.
So it could explode.
I don't know.
It's so dumb. So we have the multi-launcher equipped with underneath the chest Vulcan. The multi-purpose launcher is capable of firing net guns, flares, grenades, and other projectiles. When not in use for direct combat, it is used for various other purposes, from distracting enemies or communicating with allies, etc. So, then we have the XBSA-G03 Beam Saber. So the Beam Saber is a small device held in a mobile suit's hands and operated when it's powered by a rechargeable energy capacitor. It emits a blade of plasma contained in an eye field and can cut through most armor not treated with anti-beam coating. The RX-79G has 2 beam sabers, one stored in the side of each lower leg. The change to the leg-mounted saber racks is possible because the space have been freed up due to the emission of altitude control thrusters in associated fuel tanks, which are not needed for a ground use unit. The change also serves as a dust proofing measure. Yeah, because dust is a problem.
I mean, it is gears and stuff, so I can get how it would be a problem.
Yeah, true. And yes, like the ground type doesn't need stabilizers or anything, since it doesn't have flight capability. So now we have the YHI YF MG100 100mm machine gun, the standard armament for Federation mobile suits ground forces during the 1 Year War. That was developed by Yashima Heavy Industries. It was an alternate model number NFGMG Type 37/100mm, equipped with a box magazine and folding stock. It has excellent rate of fire and easily to wield. It utilizes a smoothbore type barrel that has a lack rifling and has been replaced after firing 3,000 rounds. The weapon could utilize 3 different types of ammunition: heat, which is high explosive anti-tank; APF SDS, which is armor-piercing, fin-stabilized, discarding sabot; and HESH, high-explosive squash head. Okay. Allowing combat units to select the appropriate type to meet operational needs. Every Gundam Ground Type and GM Ground Type carry 2 spare magazines on their side skirt armor. Yeah. So now we have the YHI FHX-180 180mm cannon. So a portable cannon developed by Yashima Heavy Industries is a long-range, large-caliber physical projectile weapon for the use in 1G environment. As an alternate model number NFHI GMCA Type 09. Its design is thought to have referenced the Zamad Corporation's ZIM MTK-175C Magella top cannon, and it uses a 6-round box magazine inserted on top and can fire different types of ammunitions. The most notable feature of the weapon is can be broken down into compact components for transport in the weapon container carried by the mobile suit. Yeah. And if there's a lot of weapons. There's so many weapons. So now we have the BLASH XBR M79E beam rifle. So this is a beam rifle developed by the Balash Corporation upon the request of the Earth Federation Ground Forces, who is unsatisfied with the performance of the M79C1 beam spray gun. Is a primary for the use of atmospheric conditions and was redesigned for the RX-78-2 Gundam's XBR M7907G beam rifle. Instead of the 7907G's large movable sensor, this rifle is fitted with the BPSS-001 composite box-type sensor system utilized on the BRM-79C3 beam spray gun and licensed from BOA Corporation, granting the weapon improved targeting position. The weapon can snipe targets 10 kilometers away, but the accuracy is extremely low, requiring experience and advanced skill to land a hit. 3 of these can be stored in the weapon container carried by the mobile suit.
A lot to carry.
Yeah, if anybody watches the 8th MSA team, like the Gundam Ground Type's like heavy like backpack is massive. There's a lot.
Yeah.
Now we have the YHI 6ML 79mm missile launcher. So this is a launcher system consisting of multiple missile containers fitted on a base unit. 2 to 4 missiles can be stored within each container depending on the type of warhead selected to meet the needs of the operation. It can be broken down into various components for transport in the weapon container carried by the mobile suit. We have the YHI ERRL Type Doc 04 380mm rocket launcher. This is a portable large rocket launcher meant for the mobile suit. It is independently developed by the Yashima Heavy Industries for the use specifically in 1G environment. also known as Hyper Bazooka Ground Type. It is a very versatile design and features that include targeting sensors, etc. It uses a banana-shaped magazine and is a short barrel to facilitate the use in a jungle forested areas. This weapon can utilize a number of different munitions, including warheads that deploy stabilizing fins after launch, and this shows that the design took many references from human-sized ground weaponry used in older eras. It can be broken down into various components for transport in the weapon container carried by the mobile suit. Yeah, there's a lot. Then there's more. Now we have the YHI YF RC-180 railgun. So this is a weapon that uses electromagnetic forces rather than the gunpowder to fire solid projectiles at very high velocities. Manufactured by the Yashima Heavy Industries, this equipment is developed in consideration of the problems that the early beam weapons had: decreased power due to attenuation in the atmosphere, and the basic structure is diverted from a battleship's main gun. Yeah, they have a gun that can rival a battleship, because why not?
Yeah. Yeah, of course, why not?
Because it's Gundam.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now we have the Gundam Hammer, which is a flail-type morning star with a long change and anchor-shaped grip attached to a spiked iron ball. The weapon could either be thrown or swung around the mobile suit itself and damage the enemy units, which we see the RX-78 used in games and shows and whatnot.
Yeah.
So, then we have a net gun, which is a special handheld weapon that fires a spider web-like net to capture enemy units. Sure.
Right.
I don't see the point of taking enemy units personally, unless
Not
you're
really.
playing a tactics game, aka SD Gundam G Generations Eternal. But you just capture by defeating them. Anyway, and we have the RGM's SHWF S00109 shield. So mounted on the forearm, the small light shield is commonly used by the Gundam Ground Type and the GM Ground Type. Constructed by Luna titanium alloy, it is designed to primarily protect the cockpit and other crucial areas, and as such is different form than the RGM-M SH003 model. Additionally, it can be used as a close-range striking weapon due to the movable mount. Furthermore, through launching the spikes at the tip into the ground, the shield can serve as a freestanding frontal defense. This allows the mobile suit to use both hands to hold large caliber weapons and maintain a stable firing position. It can also be used as a gun mount, and a bipod is attached to the back for additional stability when placed on the ground. Yeah, I mean, bipods are great. Good for sniping. Great to have. Now we have the RGM SHWF S00116 APA shield. So this is a reinforced version of the RGM's 00109 with a small additional armor plate attached to the surface that provides additional protection against projectiles and increases overall durability. Other features remain the same, and this shield is also known as improved shield. Because, yeah.
It's a shield, but it's improved.
Yes. Now we have the FAD-EGL RGM-M SH003 shield. This is the same shield used by the RGM-79GM. It is composed of a triple honeycomb structure made of Luna titanium, and the surface also has anti-beam coating for defending against beam weapons. Which you don't really see a whole lot of beam weapons from Xeon until like the big Zams and the whatever the freaking thing is, and I can't remember what the big giant mobile armor they have in the MS team. I can't remember. And then we have the FAD-EGEL. Apsaris, thank you.
Yeah.
Now we have the FAD-EGEL RGM-MSH007 shield. So this is an improved model of the 003 and has the exact same size as the predecessor, but its materials have changed to titanium ceramic composite. Its mount latch was made movable, allowing the shield to be positioned up or down when carried by a mobile suit manipulator or mounted on the forearm, increasing its usability. All right. That's all the armaments. My God. That's a
So
lot.
many.
That's a lot. No, not as much as like the freaking heavy arms or anything.
No, but heavy arms is just a walking gun, and that's different.
That's true. That's so true. Oh God. But yeah, let's take a quick mid break. Thank our amazing listeners, and we'll be right back.
It's a Gundam!
All right, welcome to the Miller Show, talking about everything with podcast. That has nothing to do with the lore of Gundam. Here, we're going to thank all of our amazing listeners. Thank you guys all so much for listening to the show. And if you too want to help support the show, you can go to patreon.com/GundamLoreCast, where you can get ad-free episodes or even join us once a month on the show itself. You can also leave us rating reviews on Apple and Spotify. Leave 5-star review on Apple's with some words or a nice Spotify comment. Read it out loud next time on the show. We don't have any this week, but we literally just got out of the holidays, and welcome to 2026. I don't know if I said at the beginning of the show. Welcome to 2026, everyone.
Yeah.
And then you can also find us a few different Discord servers: the Robots Radio Discord at robotsradio.net, as well as my own Discord server, the Ben and Friends Podcasting Discord, where you can find this show and all the other shows that I host, which are Holocron History, Star Wars Canon vs. Legends, the Final Fantasy Lorecast, the Wizarding World Lorecast, and the Witcher Lorecast. So go check all that out. Do we have any Gundam news?
I have a few things.
Ooh,
I've just kind of like picked and chose from Gundam Official what I was gonna
that's fair.
use today. One, if you play Battle Operations 2, Crossbone Gundam Full Cloth.
Ooh,
It's part of the Happy New Year 2026 campaign.
ooh, okay.
And it is now live. As of recording, it is live.
Yeah.
Other things. There's some very interesting little pre-order things that you can get that are G-Quux inspired, such as a multi-tool and mug bottle that have
What?
designs from G-Quux on them.
Why?
Also, pre-orders for the Blu-ray, DVD, and discless packages of both G-Quux Beginning and G-Quux in general.
Oh, okay.
And the final, this is the most ridiculous one.
Of course.
The Primaniacs Gundam G-Quux crossover Fragrance collaboration Volume 2. The Char Asno. So if you would like to smell like Char, in March 19th, 2026 is when it drops. If you've ever wondered what Char smells like, here you go.
I don't.
I told you the most ridiculous one was last.
What?
I didn't tell you how ridiculous it was.
All right. Well, I think there was here. Let me get on Premium Bandai real quick, because I think there were some new pre-orders that went live.
There are a lot of new pre-orders went live.
Well, I knew that, but specifically, let me see. Oh, of course, I click something that. Oh wait, shops. I want shops. That's it. Here we go. Shops. Series. Not. Oh my god, I hate my freaking phone. It's an Apple, so every time I say something, it remembers. No, they're all closed. Oh, the Gundam. Oh, chance to buy an event. Oh, boo. So there was some cool like Gundam, like trading card stuff that was going up for pre-order, but all the pre-orders are closed, which sucks because they had some of the minis for Gundam Assemble for some of the decks that just recently came out. In this past year, and there's new decks coming out. I think this year. I can't remember what's coming out this year for that, but the Gundam Assemble comes out this year. 2026 is the year for Gundam Assemble.
Yes.
So
Finally.
stay tuned for that. Whenever that drops.
One other thing that is dropping at the end of this month for about $10 each. They are rubber keychain mascot keychains that you can get Ailstplub Build Platoon because it's not strike, it's literally just ST.
Oh God.
The G is that really? Oh no. Geoplatoon or Dom Platoon.
Why?
And they're hilarious looking, and I think everyone should own
Oh.
one.
Oh, I think I sent you this on TikTok, but there is a company that's doing Gundam jackets, and they have the
Yes, Strict
Tekiden
G.
jacket. Is that Strict G Strict?
I
Or G or
think
Strict G or however you want to pronounce
Strict
it?
G, I think, is doing. I know they've done a bunch of them, because they're the ones that did here.
I forget. They have anybody goes to Premium Bandai, they have a bunch of Iron Blooded Orphan stuff going on right now because the new movie and everything coming
Heroes
out. Order
jacket,
Hunt.
and because it never wants to.
Oh, yep. There's the
Uh,
Tekken and Boa jacket. There it is.
yes, Iron Blooded.
166. That's not
Beautiful.
bad.
It's not bad for a Strict G jacket. I do believe they're
No,
also on
that's
sale
not
right now.
bad. There's a lot of different jackets on. Are these jackets or are these? I can't tell what these are. Well, there's a. I wasn't expecting all that. There's a bunch of also Gundam Wing stuff. A lot of Gundam Wing. So, yeah. Go to Premium Bandai. Ooh, there's a Sandrock with its cloth. Oh, that's sick.
Yes.
I need to get off the site. All right. Other than that, oh god, there was something else I was going to say on the mid break. Oh, go to our Discord. We had one of our patrons that posted a question to everybody. It's like, what are your top 10 favorite mobile suits? I don't know if you saw that.
I did not. It's been
Let me see.
it's been quite the new year.
So yeah, Sel from our Discord posting what's your top 5 or top 10 mobile suits. So we have one of our listeners, Caleb, in my Discord, saying Barbato Lupus, the G Quicks, Gundam EX, the Zaku 2, and the G3 Gundam. And then also then responded Sal, who posted the question, said Gundam Caliburn, Gundam Phoenix, Gundam Barbatos Adapt, the Karashiri, and the Quinn Manta. Really?
Ooh.
The Mantha? Really?
That
All
one
right.
is a choice.
And
The
then
Kshatriya is cool.
added more. So Gundam, he also then posted more up to 10, which is Gundam Aerial, the Graze Ritter Commander type, the Gundam Astaroth Origin, the Demi Garrison, and the RX Zero. Okay, the RX Zero is awesome, and that's from Gundam Build Divers. That one's sick because it's an SD Gundam that turns into a unicorn. It's sick.
Yeah,
It goes from an SC to a real type. And then we have
Yes.
Lava 219 saying Heavy Arms, Barbatos Lupus Rex, Gundam Goosen Rebake Full City, Gundam Curios, Crossbone Gundam Kai, Dragon Gundam, Justice Gundam, Gundam Aerial, the RX-79 New, and the RX-78. My co-host from Final Fantasy stated Heavy Arms and Death Scythe, which he just started getting into Gundam. But nonetheless,
Yeah.
which is great.
But
And then
but he picked from the best show, so I'm giving him a pass.
he was asking me. He did ask me. It's like, is this supposed to not make any sense? It's like, yes. It's
It
not
makes
supposed to
no
make.
sense.
It
I
doesn't make
love how-
any sense at all. Just accept it. And it's like, oh, okay. I did tell him, it's like, watch Iron Blooded Orphans. That's where you want to. That's what you want to watch. That's
If
great.
you want him to make sense, you can't pick Wing or really
Wing.
any of the really old ones aside from like the UC old ones.
Or you can pick G. G makes sense.
I mean, the overall
synopsis
story
rate-
of Wing does make sense. It's just why do we have kids fighting is the part that doesn't make sense, and that's in all the Gundams. Most.
Not
of the
all.
Gundams.
Most, not all. Because G Fighter has no, like, there's not any kid fighters.
Yeah.
This is actual martial artists. And then I posted my 10, which are the Burning Gundam, Shining Gundam, the Narrative Gundam, Gundam 00, Gundam Artemis from the Gundam Breaker mobile game that you can never play anymore, the Gundam X, Gundam Double X, the Blue Destiny 3, Gundam Pixie, and the Destiny Gundam. And then who posed the questions like Gundam Artemis and Pixie are new ones. Gundam Artemis is from a mobile game. Gundam Pixie was from a side story, I believe. I've used Gundam Pixie in battle operations because it's a close type. It's a close quarter combat using 2 beam daggers. Yeah, it's from Cross Dimensions 0079.
I do like that one.
Which was, it was a game that was, I think, only made in Japan. Because I don't think I'd never played this game. Oh, shocker. It was only made in Japan on the Super Famicom.
That's about right.
From a system that no one will play. Anyway, let's get back into more of the ground type.
Yeah, and if you want to see my list, check the Discord in a day or two.
Oh, in a day or two. Okay, yeah. Check on the Discord if you want to see Jesse's list.
Because I did not put one together because I literally didn't know about this until Ben just told me.
Yeah, it happened literally like 2 hours ago before recording. So
oh yeah, I was still.
That's
at work,
why.
So.
I saw that when I was at work. So anyway, yeah, let's get back into more of the Gundam Ground Type. All right, so we're now getting into its special equipment and features. So it has its max mode. So this is a system that releases the limiter of each part of machine, greatly increasing its performance, while it generates enough power to slow the descent of the apparatus. The load on the machine is so great that there is a risk of total loss. So the activation time is limited. In the manga, Mobile Suit Gundam, the 8th MS Team, UC009, plus A, whatever that means, Michelle, who is released as limiter, Michelle or Michael? Michelle? Is that Michelle?
With Michelle.
Michelle. Oh, yeah, Michelle, who releases his limiter, is depicted to faint and bleed from the intense G's caused by the automatic emergency evasion, and Shiro, who partially releases the limiter to increase the power without overloading the machine. Yeah.
So that's plus alpha, by the way.
Plus alpha. Okay.
That is a little side. It's got 4 extra side stories that weren't in the OG manga run.
Oh, okay, got it. Okay, that makes sense. So then it has some head equipment. So since the RX-79G lacked head-mounted Vulcan guns, a snorkel camera is attached to the left side of the head. Additionally, there is also optional replacement equipment such as a long-distance communication pack for the right side of the head and an added Vulcan pod for the left side of the head.
I just love slapping Vulcans on the heads of Gundams.
Yeah. We have the desert equipment for combat in desert environments. The RX-79 could optionally attach parts such as the dust-proof filters on the chest intake and protective covering for the joints and manipulators. We have the container pack, which is on the back of the RX-79G, is a container rack for carrying weapon containers, parachute packs, etc. In addition, the rack is equipped with a foldable searchlight, and certain sections can unfold into a forklift-like mechanism for attaching the containers. Then we have the parachute pack, an optional back-mounted MS equipment created by the Federation for paraduct missions from the Medra transport plane. The parachute pack contains 3 parachutes and 4 thrusters to help in making safe descent to the ground. Once touchdown has been accomplished, the parachute pack will be ejected so not to hinder the mobile suit performance in ground combat. 2 types of parachute pack were known to exist. Yeah. Having a giant, mobile suit drop from the plane. It's like, let's go.
Kind of awesome when you watch it.
We have the weapon container, which is a container for storing spare or additional armament that is attached to the container rack. The container allows the ARC-79 to carry a variety of armaments and ammunition for both itself and other members of its squad. And then we have the B container. So original equipment that appears in the manga Mobile Suit Gundam, the 8th MS Team UC009 plus Alpha, is a container equipped with the automatic ammunition supply device for the 100mm machine gun. 3 spare banana magazines are mounted vertically, each held at a foldable simple arm. When reloading, stoppers will come off and the arms will extend to the right side of the ARC-79G. By extending the right arm holding the machine gun to the right side of the ARC-79G in advance, the spare magazine will be installed automatically. Well, that's cool.
Very convenient, too.
Very convenient. And then we do have its history, which is very little, because it's only the OVA and / manga. In July UC0079, the RX-71 prototype Gundam was rolled out to begin the trial part of Operation V, the Federation's top-secret mobile suit development project. However, the Principality of Xeon's occupied territory on Earth continued to expand. The Earth Federation forces felt that they could no longer wait for the data of the RX-78 series and began the RX-79 project, the development of the ground-used Gundam. Yeah, they're like, yeah, no, we can't wait for this shit. We need to keep going.
Yeah.
I mean, they are in a war, so. The development of the Gundam Ground Type was led by the Earth Federation Ground Forces, the EFGF, and in total 20 units were produced. As the project progressed, the EFGF also began establishing mobile suit units. In July, the EFF Far Eastern Front Army established the first mechanized composite battalion, known as the Kojima Battalion, as its commander, Lieutenant Colonel Kojima, to counter Xeon Earth Attack Forces Central Asia Front Army. Since they were based in Southeast Asia, a fiercely contested area. 12 of the 20 units were assigned to the 1st, 4th, 6th, and 8th MS teams of the Kojima Battalion. Yeah. And then we have some variations. We have the RX-79G EZ-8, Gundam EZ-8, which also appears in the same manga and
That
OVA.
one is Shiro's.
That's Shiro's, where it's interesting. It's a this one's weird
It's
because
like
they
the same but different.
yeah, like it doesn't explain how he gets it. He just has it. And I don't understand what the head is supposed to be a part of.
It's like they just took the visor off and were like, yeah, it's still a Gundam, though.
Right. Let me see here. So we have... It doesn't tell you what it's made of. So...
Yeah.
It's leftover parts. That's all I know.
Spare parts, bud.
Then we have the SW Slave Wraith, which is essentially a GM, essentially.
Yeah.
It is from Mobile Suit Gundam Side Story Missing Link, is where this one, which is a game, by the way.
Yeah.
And then we have the Gundam Ground Type Urban Combat. So this is also introduced, this appears in Gundam Breaker Battle Log and Gundam Breaker Mobile. And it's just a black and brown decked out Gundam Ground Type for urban combat. That's all it is. So, it's a Gunpla.
Pretty much, yeah.
So, yeah, cool things. And then, last but not least, we have some notes and trivia. So, in the 8th MS Team opening, the Gundam Ground Type did not use its shield as a brace for the 180mm cannon, as the shield is actually farther away from the Ground Type. The Gundam Ground Type is the first production type Gundam type mobile suit chronologically. Fair. Even though the show came out, like the OVA came out like almost over a decade after the original show.
Yeah.
Came out in the 90s. Show came out in 79.
Yeah.
So, the beam rifle used by Gundam Ground Type and GM Ground Type has 3 different model numbers from the 3 different sources. We have the PBR0079 Ace 12's S000011 from the Master Grade Gundam Ground Type Manual. We have the PBR0079 A127 or S00000204 from the Master Grade Gundam EZ8 Manual, and the Blash XBR M79E from Master Archive Mobile Suit RGM79 GM Volume 1. The last model number also appeared in Mobile Suit in Gundam Mobile Suit. Oh, Gundam Mobile Suit Bible 15, where Master Archive Mobile Suit RGM79 GM Volume 2 lists the alternate number of Blash XBR M79E, which is PBR 0079 A12 S00000204. Sure. It's just serial numbers of the suits. That's all it is. Oh my god. In the Gundam Ground Type, along with the GM counterpart, debuted in the Gundam Versus as extras for the deluxe edition of Mobile Suit Gundam Federation vs. Zeon, and remain playable units up until Extreme Versus, where they become NPC units. Despite having the 8th designed on their shield, none of the pilots from the show were playable until Gundam vs. Gundam.
Interesting.
So, yeah. Or you can just go to play Gundam Breaker 4 and just make your own Gundam Ground Type or EZ8, because they're both in that game. They don't have the best weapons, but they're in the game.
Pretty colors.
Yeah, you can have your own pretty colors of the Gundam Ground Type if you want to have a Ground Type mobile suit. I prefer other stuff. I like satellite cannons because they're great.
Fair.
Satellite cannons are great.
Fair enough.
So, but yeah. Do you have any final thoughts on the Gundam Ground Type?
It's pretty basic, but like it is interesting to see it as like the
basic
first.
bitch.
It is. I mean, it's pretty basic, but it's cool to
Hey,
see like
here's the
Gundams
Arc
that's
70.
like a mass produced.
Here's the Gundam from the original show. Here's the Gundam Ground Type. Let's have no thrusters and more weapons.
Yeah.
Did that That's where Zoom was like trying to see something. Okay.
Of
whatever.
course. It's a mess. Yeah, I would say like it's a basic one, but it's cool to see as the first time where they're like, oh, look, these are mass produced now. It's not just the one.
Yeah, it's not just the one that's in space being the war hero / criminal.
Yeah.
And
depends on your point of view.
Exactly. Yeah, chronologically, yes, it's the first mass-produced one, because if you look at it like series-wise, not chronologically, but like series release, it looked like the Mark IIs were the first mass-produced, but that's inaccurate.
Right.
So, yeah. Fun, cool things with Gundams. But yeah, anybody go to the Discord. Tell us what your favorite mobile suits are from Gundam. And who knows? We might take some of those mobile suits from the lists and do a show on it or an episode on it. So let us know. Anyway, everybody, thank you again for listening to the Gundam Lorecast, and remember, pilots, stay safe out there. Thank you for listening to the Gundam Lorecast. You can find us on the Robots Radio Discord at robotsradio.net, the Ben and Friends podcasting Discord, where you can share how you got into the Gundam series, and you can even find us on Twitter at Gundam Lorecast, and even email us at gundamlorecast@outlook.com.